Hello, hi, welcome. If you're new, then hello. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Samira. Today's video has been requested. Somebody left me a comment on my video asking if I'd ever make videos on dating while suffering with mental health, and I thought it was such a good idea. It's something that I hadn't thought of. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will try and get to them, and I'll try and make the videos and things like that if that's stuff that you want to see. So before I get into the video, please feel free to like, comment, share and subscribe. Any support shown is really appreciated, and I'll get straight into the video. So dating is complicated as it is, but adding in the fact that you suffer or have a history of mental health can make dating seem so much more daunting, so much more complicated. How do you tell them? When do you tell them? Do you tell them? So yeah, this is what this video is going to be about. These are my tips, my opinions, and my personal experiences. So you don't have to follow every single thing. Maybe you have a different experience. So if there's anything you want to add, then obviously please feel free to leave them in the comments. But yeah, when to tell somebody and how to tell somebody, and do you tell somebody? So yes, you do need to tell them. When to tell them, my only thing I'd say is not on a first date, because you may go on a first date with somebody and you may just not click with them, and then imagine it's so difficult trying to open up about your mental health that you've opened up and you've told them everything, and really you didn't need to, because you're probably never going to see them ever again. So yeah, I wouldn't tell them that. Obviously you think, when do I tell them? Is it too soon? Is that too much too soon? If I leave it too late, then what happens? So yeah, I don't think there's a set time. I don't think like, oh, we're now on our third date, so now is the time to tell somebody. I think you've got to use your intuition. You've got to see what you think of the other person first, before telling them. So I don't think there's particularly the right time, like a set time. But you just have to gauge it. And maybe something comes up in conversation, or you talking about the news, or you talking about something that's happened, or they ask you on a day and you're like, actually I've got an appointment that day, and they may be like, oh, what's that for? And you tell them, then that's a few different scenarios that it may come up, or it may just be on your chest and you may just feel like, do you know what, I just want to get over and done with, and I may want to tell them, and that's completely up to you. Obviously, if that's what you feel comfortable doing, then do that. So firstly, do tell them. You do need to tell them at some point, if that's somebody that you see yourself dating, for a long period of time. And it's better, I would say, to tell them before maybe your mental health slips, or you have an episode, or you feel ill, just so you can tell them what you expect from them and what support they can give you. But it sets their expectations up as well, because that person might not be understanding of mental health. They may not want to deal with it, or they may not be equipped to deal with it. So laying your cards on the table and telling them is an important part. And then if they decide then after that they don't want to date you, then that's fine, that's up to them. But it'd be a little bit unfair of you to not say anything, then have an episode and just dump that on them and be like, you now have to deal with it, because they're going to have no idea what's going on. So that's my first tip. Secondly, great, you've told them now. Now you need to tell them exactly what it is you have. And you don't have to go into all the nitty-gritty and every single detail, but maybe telling them what condition you have, what symptoms you have and things like that, just so that they know what to look out for as well, so they can help you out. Maybe if you have depression, so say I had depression and I've seen this person, and maybe my personal hygiene's gone out the window and I'm laying in bed all day. If he doesn't know that, then he's going to be like, well, she stinks, and also, why is she sleeping all the time? But if that person knows, then they might be able to help you, and they may be like, come on, we've been inside today, let's go for a walk. They may be able to help you get out the house, or they may run you a bath, and they may not tell you smell or something, but they may be like, I've run you a bath, get in the bath. So they can then try and help and support you, but also they can look out for signs as well. So if you tell them, what signs or symptoms you have before you start becoming unwell, they can look out for that, and then they can try and help and support you. And then my next tip is to make a plan with them. So if something does happen, make sure you tell them if you need any medication when it happens. You can tell them maybe your GP number or your psychiatrist number, or, you know, like in case of an emergency, a family member or things like that, so that they can get support in place for you. But also things that might calm you down. So say you have anxiety, but listening to music helps, you know, they'll know that then, and then you have like a little plan together, and it reduces the stress on both of you then, because then you're not stressed because that person then can try and help you, and also they're not stressed because they can follow the plan. And lastly, my last tip is don't be so hard on yourself. It completely sucks, don't get me wrong, if you've dated someone for a while and then you open up and you tell them and they're like, oh, actually, like, I don't think I can deal with that. But I'd much rather somebody walked away and was like, do you know what? I'm not dealing with that. I don't know how to deal with that. I'm not doing it, and walk away, and then find somebody who actively wants to understand, wants to help me, and wants to support me. I'd much rather be with somebody like that in the first place than somebody who's like, oh, actually, no, I don't want to deal with that. And also, I'd want to be with somebody who understands the fact that, yeah, I suffer with mental health and I have good days and bad days, but also the fact that they choose to be with me. They want to be with me, not only on my good days, but on my bad days. So that's kind of my advice to you guys, my tips, my kind of, I don't know, my opinions on dating with mental health. It's tricky. I've definitely had people that have been like, oh God, like, I don't want to deal with that. And that's fair enough. I'd rather tell them early on and they can walk away than wait ages down the line, say you're in a fully fledged relationship, you've got feelings, you've fallen in love, and then discover actually they're not supportive at all, because that's not the kind of person you want to end up with anyway. So that's just my views and my opinions. Let me know if they've been any help. Let me know any other suggestions of any other videos that you'd like me to make. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. As I said, obviously, feel free to like, comment, share and subscribe and just show me a bit of support. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you next week for the next video. Take care. Bye guys.